My name is Raymond Millyard. I was born on July 24th, 1919 in Denver, Colorado. I didn't have much of a hard time growing up. Like any other kid, I was getting into all kinds of trouble. My twin brother, sister, and I were not greatly affected by the Great Depression. My dad was a World War I veteran, but he died when I was only 4 years old, and Mom was a nurse, so we lived off a generous pension. I attended college at the Colorado School of Mines and was majoring in engineering. At this point in the war, tensions were very high against Japan. I worked in San Diego with B-24 bombers, and I enlisted as a cadet in the Army Air Corps. My brother served in the Marines and was at Pearl Harbor when the Japanese attacked. I was sent for advanced training to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where I was taught to send, receive, and decode messages. During our first training mission, we were flying in Texas. One of the engines got an oil leak and caught on fire along the way. My crew and I thought we had to leave the plane immediately. Fortunately, the fire control took care of it. This made me wonder if the rest of my service was going to turn out similar to that incident. However, because my service took place toward the end of the war, I didn't see much combat. I was on many memorable missions in which my crew and I dropped off supplies to POWs in the Pacific. We flew on B-29 Super Fortresses. Instead of dropping bombs, we dropped off supplies. Remember earlier when I mentioned the oil leak? Well, it actually happened again on a mission. Luckily, we had trained for this and knew what to do. Even if you went on a peace mission, we never knew whether we would make it back because maintenance malfunctions were so common. We were forced to do an emergency landing in Iwo Jima. Luckily, we were able to get the leak repaired and continued our mission the next day. After the war, I was transferred to a fighter pursuit unit in the Philippines. There I worked with diesel generators. Every now and then I was put on guard duty. I was honorably discharged on 31st of May, 1946. I received an Asiatic Victory Medal, a Good Conduct Medal, and 2 other service ribbons. After I was discharged, I looked for a job. I got one working for an oil exploration department. A year later, on April 25th, 1947, I got married and adopted her 2 sons. I look back at my service with no regrets and encourage you, the young generation, that if you have a chance to serve your country, don't miss out, because in the long run, it will make you a much better person.